What's up, y'all? Entropy here. Just wanted to give a little explanation for what's going on with the channel, I guess. In case it wasn't evident from the fact that the first 9 episodes of the Eastern Michigan Dynasty went up, followed by a year and a half plus of nothing. Fact of the matter is, I had a bunch of episodes recorded. They were all, just needed to be edited and posted or whatever, and life just got real busy. I didn't have the time to do it, and after like a month or two, I kind of was like, well, it's been too long, and I lost a little bit of motivation in that regard. And then I recently was like, oh, I'd like to get the channel started back up again, and I kind of had to make a call about how I wanted to do that. And so I've got episodes recorded all the way through 4 games into season 2 of the Eastern Michigan Dynasty, which includes the off season between seasons, of course. And I think I'm just gonna post the episodes from season 1 just to kind of give a conclusion to what was kind of like a trial run, I guess you could call it. It was me figuring out basically if I thought a YouTube channel was something that I actually could do. It was something I always wanted to do, but actually trying it was a whole separate thing. And I really was enjoying it. It was a lot of fun, but like I said, just things got in the way from being able to actually do it. So, in regards to what the future holds, the Eastern Michigan Dynasty is going to be done, which is a bit of a bummer because I was really interested to see what this cast of characters I took over would be able to accomplish down the road. But things were definitely looking up in season 2 a little bit, but that probably won't be seen by you guys at all. But as far as future, I'm so in since I stopped recording episodes and posting them and such, I was able to actually get the college football revamped for my PC, which I bought recently as well. I was previously recording everything or playing rather on my Xbox 360 and then recording it through my laptop, which was quite an interesting setup. So I have a PC now which has revamped on it, so I'll be able to record and everything way easier. So I will probably just do a new Dynasty on revamped, and with the new game set to come out about a calendar year from now, when I'm recording this on July 11th, it's set for July at some point. So it would be kind of like a fun thing where, oh, we're a year out, let's do a revamped Dynasty. So I will be working on that. And but yeah, the Eastern Dynasty is going to be done. But I will have more stuff coming because I really, really want to get back into this. I was having a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, just wanted to give that update. So in this episode, um, I am not sure if I'm putting this message at the beginning or the end of the episode, but in this episode there are a number of instances where I mention, the future or the off-season episode or recruiting and stuff, but obviously none of that's going to be relevant anymore. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and really enjoyed this entire season. Again, this was kind of just me trying it out, seeing if it was something I thought I could do, and I think it's something that I could see myself doing long term for sure. So I've got the more time on my hands now, and like I said, it'll be a lot easier for me to be able to actually do it. So I do intend on doing it, and I hope you all will join me for that because I think it's going to be a lot of fun for sure as we get ready to welcome the new game into existence. Really, I couldn't be more excited for it, and I'm sure I'll talk about it more in future episodes that I post. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, thanks for joining me on this. This is a lot of fun, and I've got stuff coming in the future. Don't worry. Later, y'all. What's up, y'all? Entropy here. Welcome back to Eastern Michigan Eagles Dynasty. This is episode 12, I think. I'm losing track because of the number of bye weeks we've had. I'm pretty sure it's episode 12. And it is our last game of the year against our cross-state rivals, Central Michigan Chippewas. And as I pointed out at the end of the last episode, it's being declared the Mac Shame of the week. Since we are 2-9, they're 3-8. So hopefully we will be able to get those records the same by the end of the game. But before we get into that,
as has been the case with a lot of episodes, I want to show you guys the recruiting, since this will be our last, well, it won't be our last week for recruiting, but it's because we have the week 15 bye, and that's when the conference championships will be happening. So we'll still be able to do recruiting next week as well, and I'll probably just include it at the end of this episode to kind of bring the season to a close. But there are a couple things I wanted to show you guys here. First of all, Riley Smith, we're kind of taking a solo lead on him. So that's pretty exciting. We're going to bring in another receiver. Unlike Claude Jackson, he is going to be an incoming freshman. So there's a good chance, being only a 64 overall, we end up redshirting him. But it's exciting to have a 6'4", 209 player with a 92 speed that we hopefully will be able to develop into an absolute monster down the field. And then Reggie Lucas, we're still going after him. It's looking increasingly dire, but bringing in Jackson and Smith is going to be good for the receiving core, even if we can't bring in Lucas as well. So Kyle Newby visited last week. We still did. It wasn't enough to take the lead over Kent State because we didn't get the sacks and tackles for loss that we needed to get like the bonus points or whatever. But we're still in the running for him. And then Caleb McMillan, I believe, is going to be visiting week 15. Yeah, just like a lot of other recruits. A lot of recruits are coming to visit on that week 15 bye, as you'll probably see when we advance the week. Who else? Yes, the outside linebacker, Robert Clark. We're kind of taking a bit of a lead on him as well, bringing him in with his 88 speed, I think he has. Yeah, 88 speed at 6'5", 221. That would be awesome. Huge boost for this team, in addition to Antonio Barrett, who already committed. He was a surprising commit. I thought he was a guy we'd have to kind of go the length with, but he committed a couple weeks ago, so that was exciting. Us and Northwestern are close, and pretty much the only two teams going after A.J. Marshall, the middle linebacker. It would just help a lot to bring in more linebackers, that's for sure. This is a big storyline. So Zach Johnson, who is heavily favoring Arizona State right now, is visiting ASU this week and then visiting us next week. I believe that visit was already scheduled when I went to schedule the visit for him. So if he has a good visit, which is probably likely, there's a very good chance that we will miss out on Zach Johnson and he'll commit this week, especially with his bar being so close to full already. So I'm not optimistic about our chances of landing him, but you never know. Crazier things have happened. Carlton Jenkins has yet to really show any signs of committing anywhere. And then Art Jackson is heavily favoring Texas A&M all of a sudden. It'd be a bummer to miss out on him. I thought we'd be able to kind of swoop in and steal him because not a lot of teams are going after him, but we have not been so fortunate. But with his 92 speed, 88 man, 84 zone, that would be a huge addition if we could somehow get him. He's not visiting anywhere, though, and I doubt we're going to be able to get enough points in him to get a visit scheduled for next week. So I don't like our odds of landing him either, unfortunately, at this point, but maybe we'll get him in the offseason. Who knows? I dumped the rest of the points into Lewis McKeon. And as you probably noticed, I took some points out of Riley Smith as well, just because we have such a big lead on him and no one else is really competing with us. So this is just kind of like a position free safety that we don't need this year, but like we might need next year, because I think we have... I'm going to look, actually. I had a thought process behind it. So we got 3 on the roster right now, and one of them's graduating, and then we're going to have one graduating next year as well. So I figured it might be smart just to bring a guy in. We had points to divvy up. It was either between like a free safety or a tight end, but I didn't find any tight ends on the recruiting board that I really liked, so that's what led me to bring him onto our board. And then, of course, everyone's favorite recruit, 5-star Brian Thompson. We're still in the race for him. He's visiting Florida this week, so that's got me on the edge of my seat a little bit, because if he has a good visit with them, then who knows, he may commit to them this week. Or maybe Notre Dame. I mean, it's with him being a 5-star recruit, the expectation's just there that we're not going to get him, but we've been in on his race for so long that, like, it's right there. We're so close. But we'll see. So that's recruiting for this week. And like I said, you guys will see the conclusion of the recruiting during the season. I kind of combined those words together there. You guys will see the conclusion of our season-long recruiting next week. and then we will get into the off season, and I will probably do the off season as its own separate episode essentially. So that'll be fun. Just a whole episode of watching me go through signing day and making the schedule for next year and seeing how our players progressed in the off season and all that fun stuff. It'll be a fun episode to watch for sure. But we are going to take on the Chippewas of Central Michigan. And we are going to, I think for the season conclusion, we should break out the white helmets again. I don't know in what capacity or what uniforms we were going to wear, but we should definitely break out the white helmets. They've got the white with the gray pants, but they don't have it with the green pants. I wonder how that would look. No. Let's do that. I like that. And here we go. And Central Michigan does not look like a very good team. They've got bottom half rankings in, I think, every category there. So maybe we'll be able to make some things happen against them. Visiting prospects. Oh, Aaron Atkins is that center that we're going after. And he's visiting Central this week. Very interesting. Okay. Their best players, they got an 80 overall running back, 79 overall receiver who is injured, and a 78 overall middle linebacker. I wonder how long. Oh, he's out for the season with a forearm fracture. That's unfortunate. And they got another guy, D tackle, who's out 4 weeks with a dislocated elbow, so he's done for the year as well. Their overall players, I've said this before, they're not that much higher than our guys. Our guys are kind of right there. So maybe we have a better chance than I'd like to think. And Central Michigan is getting ready to take on the Eagles. Central, of course, the alma mater of guys such as J.J. Watt and Antonio Brown. Go figure. And we are tied for bottom in the MAC West with Central. So if we want to stay out of the cellar, we got to win this week. It's a big game. Northern Illinois, of course, leading the conference. They should be 5-2, but that's beside the point. It wouldn't have made a huge difference for us, but it would have been fun. And here we are in Mount Pleasant, Michigan at Kelly Shorts Stadium, where the Eastern Michigan Eagles will be taking on the Central Michigan Chippewas in this Saturday night matchup, it looks like. Unless it's being played on a Friday or a Thursday, because the MAC does that sometimes. And we have been on a hot streak to end the season with the coin toss. We have won, I believe, our last 5 coin tosses. And Waller cannot get it to the end zone, so this will be returnable. Hayden got sucker punched in the face, but someone else was there to back him up, so he didn't end up getting any further. And Isaac Houston gets beaten on slant by Tyler Thompson. I don't know why I don't expect pass plays early on, especially like, oh, their quarterback has the same name as a lineman for the Detroit Lions. Interesting. Maybe they're more of a pass-happy offense. They weren't very highly ranked in either passing or rushing, so it's kind of hard to guess. Isaac Houston comes up and makes the play. He's already got 2 tackles on the game. Eric Davis makes a good play there. And Matt Nelson throws it away. 3rd down. Good coverage there by the defensive backs, not allowing anyone to get open. It's nice to actually see that once in a while, that's for sure. Moses did not turn around and locate the ball, even though I was telling him to, as Tyler Thompson makes a 17-yard reception to convert. That's extremely disappointing. I thought we had him stopped for sure. I took control of Moses. I was holding the Y button, and he just didn't react. He never looked for the ball. I was going to say, someone get him in the middle of that pile. Going full power set here. Let's see if we can stop the inevitable run here. And we do. Good play. Who was that on the tackle there? Is that Allen? I don't know number 76 off the top of my head. I don't think that's Jamie Gay. I'm pretty sure his number's in the 90s. A bold move to run on third down there. And they don't get it. 4th and inches. As Isaac Houston accumulated 5 tackles on that first drive, and they're going for this. Let's go, boys. Get a stop here. And Jason Allen busts through the line and sacks Matt Nelson on 4th down. What a play. Big, big stop there to force the turnover on downs on the opening possession. And the offense is now in business. John Phillips kind of gets the outside, gets the first down. 13 yards on his opening carry of the game. Ryan Matthews almost gets the first down on first down. Nice run by him. No one's open. I'm just going to run it. He fumbled, but Brandon Walker was able to pick it up, fortunately. Coverage was good on the tight ends. Those are kind of the primary guys I was looking at there. Unfortunate that he fumbled already. That's not really a good sign, but still a good play. John Phillips up the middle, has a seam, 11 yards. He gets laid out, but it doesn't matter. He's getting back up. Oh, Lord. B. Yes. Trevor Morgan, 15 yards. Matthews makes a man miss. Oh, my gosh. Why'd he cut so hard to the right? I was just trying to run straight. And Matthews is hurt. Awesome. I guess Mario Neal is going to get more playing time today. End zone. Touchdown, Joey Williams. I think that's actually our fullback. Yeah, it is. I don't know why he was going out for a pass, but what a catch to get his feet down in the end zone. Oh, my gosh. He was open way before I threw that, but I thought the safety was going to come over, and then he just kind of didn't. What a play, and what a response by the offense after our defense gets the huge stop in our red zone on 4th down. Mario Neal comes in the game and throws a dot to Joey Williams for a touchdown. Wind knocked out. Okay, well, at least it's nothing serious. He has gotten hurt a lot more recently. That's probably because we've been running with him a little more often. Because, like, I'm even running with him on pass plays and stuff when nothing's available. But we can't really stop doing that because that's kind of our offense. Re-injury risk high, too. Shoot. We'll keep in Mario Neal for now. I mean, I think in terms of passing, there's not a huge difference between the two. It's just kind of running the ball. Oh, no. Big play there from Justin Means. I don't know who the corner was, but he couldn't make the tackle. Who is that? That's Ira Richards. Oh my gosh, the game refuses to let me do that correctly. I just want him to stop. I don't want him to cut all the way to the side. Ooh, Jabari Jackson got in there and hit him as he threw it away. I was hoping to get the sack there. And after the first quarter, Eastern Michigan is leading Central Michigan 7-0. Not a lot of pressure. Jabari Jackson got in there, couldn't make the play. And then Kenneth Reyes, if he had stayed on his feet, had a touchdown. I hate almost getting there. Like, that's 2 plays in a row. Jabari Jackson nearly got him, but he was able to get the ball off it before he got there. And there's no one there. But Cronin lays a huge hit on him. Wow, to keep him from punching it in. I thought that was just going to be a touchdown, but Cronin had other ideas. Eric Davis makes the initial stop, and then two other guys finish it off to keep him from getting in. Jabari Jackson was in there, and I don't know who the other guy was, but what a play. Now let's try and do it again. They brought in the fullback this time. They mean business. Oh, they actually are handing it to the fullback. Houston tried, couldn't get there in time. Tyler Archie punches it in. And Central Michigan ties it back up. 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Swanson's definitely going to have a chance to return this. Can't make the guy miss. Brian Matthews is back in the game, surprisingly, because I said I was cool with Mario Neal subbing in, but okay, I'm not complaining. John Phillips has taken some brutal hits today, but he's putting up numbers. That's all that matters. Going deep. He's got Jared Chavis. Chavis can't quite beat the guy to the edge, but a big 43-yard gain off the play-action pass. Beautiful throw by Matthews. Beautiful catch by Chavis. Wow. And Phillips can't hold on. I wanted the guy that was going to be going across the field, but he got like held up on the corner, and he couldn't get out there in time. Taking a risk running with Matthews, but it is a big part of our offense. He's back up. He's okay. I wanted to throw it to Landry, but instead we're just going to run it. And Matthews has a lot of room. Gets knocked out of bounds at about the 2. Good run by him. I thought he was going to only get to maybe the 10, but there's a lot more room there than I thought. And Mario Landry punches it in from 2 yards out for the Eastern Michigan Eagles touchdown to go back up on Central. If we can just keep scoring every time they score now, we're going to be in very good shape. And I almost got it blocked by my own lineman again. Oh, I thought for sure Brock was going to get blocked. I was just trying to run into the blocker, essentially. Good tackle by Quentin Williams. Unfortunate that that pass got completed. I thought he was throwing to the other guy, but then the other guy like ran away, and then Lawson caught it instead. That was very weird. And Jamie Gay clogs up the middle to stop Ray Mitchell in the backfield. Great play there. He's been a playmaker for us the last few weeks. I've really liked what I've seen from him. I hope he's not a senior. I'd like to have him back. And it was out of bounds. Williams once again didn't, just like I think it was Moses earlier, didn't react to the ball even though I was trying to get him to. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he did not catch it, or he caught it, but it wasn't complete. That's good. That's good. And we are getting a punt with just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Swanson can't run away from the defender because even though he's our fastest player, he's just incomparably slow for some reason compared to the defenders. Yeah, we're running this. If Landry, you know, Landry, next time you should block the guy that's actually in front of me instead of the guy behind me. I do not understand his thought process there, but whatever. And I tried to throw it to X. It's probably better that I couldn't because that was probably going to get picked off, but the pass rush there was absolutely ferocious. Let's see if we can just get the first down here. And we did. Good work. Keep your feet in bounds. Thank you, Trevor Morgan. Nice catch. Beautiful sideline awareness demonstrated there by Trevor Morgan. He's a name we've called quite a bit more in recent weeks as well. Kiker Randall can't run away from the defender. I don't know why I thought he could, but lost a couple yards trying to get the edge. Landry gets it in the flat. Couldn't get out of bounds or get the first down, so we're going to have to call another timeout. Central's pass rush is not making this easy on us, that's for sure. They're getting in pretty easily. I stepped out of bounds early because I'm an idiot. Well, what do we do here? He did get it, thankfully. We're going to hold off on the timeout because the clock does stop on the first down. That was gutsy, but I want to try to really put this game as much away as possible before the half, even if that means taking risks. Oh, no. Yeah, we're going to call a timeout now. I needed him to stay beyond the marker so we could get the clock stoppage enough, but it was not to be. Brian Matthews has put together a good drive here. Oh, no. I definitely hit the wrong button. I do that too much for someone who's played video games my entire life. Eastern Michigan is desperately trying to punch in a touchdown here. And Isaac Swanson does it! He catches it and runs it in for the touchdown. Beautiful play there. No one was on him, and he turned it upfield quickly enough that no one was able to catch him. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Nice throw by Matthews as well. And Eastern Michigan is hoping with a point after attempt here. And they will take a 14-point lead right before the end of the half. And we are getting the ball to start the second half, too. Keep that in mind. As long as we don't let him return this for a touchdown, we should be okay. And he did not. I think they might actually try and throw it here. Oh, no, they're not. And they called a timeout. I can never understand the computer in these situations because they run the ball and then they always will call a timeout and then try a Hail Mary. It just doesn't make sense to me. Darrell Gilmore was trying to get in there. Okay, good. It wasn't completed. And going into the half, Eastern Michigan is up 21-7 on Central Michigan. This has been a very well-played game by the Eagles thus far, aside from the one touchdown we allowed. But aside from that, they've played well. That is for sure. Offense has looked good with both quarterbacks. The defense has actually played surprisingly well. Got a couple stops. It's been a good game so far. Let's see if we can keep it up. I still can't believe our fullback made a toe tap touchdown. I mean, that guy's barely played all year because we don't run very many I formation plays. There wasn't good blocking there, but that's fine. I think he got to maybe the 22-yard line, I'm going to say. Yes. John Phillips trying to get the edge. Kind of does. Guess at the 2nd and 1. See, the problem there was I wanted Swanson deep because they had no deep safeties, but the cornerback was running right with him, so I couldn't throw it. Fortunately, we still got the first down, but that play didn't quite go how I wanted it to. Oh, boy. Jared Chavis makes the catch. He's been putting up some numbers today, made some nice catches already. Oh, no. Trevor Morgan absorbs the hit. Thankfully, he held on. Nice play there. I threw that really late. I actually put him more in danger because I waited so long to throw it to him, but it worked. And John Phillips has elbow bursitis, but will return soon. I don't know when that happened, but okay. I don't remember him being hurt. Oh! I was trying to get it to RB, but he didn't. He took forever and a day to throw it. Oh, he was facing the wrong way. We're just going to sub in Landry. We're not going to risk that. Dang it, man. I'm just going to run this. And Matthews gets 18 of those yards back. Well done. Well done indeed. I'm always wary of running in short yardage situations because it's so easy to stop. But I think we're going to run it here. I've just remembered that Phillips isn't in the game. Thankfully, Landry got it. I would have felt a lot more confident with Phillips getting that ball, but it still worked. It still worked. Tried to cut behind the blocker, but Matthews wasn't quite fast enough to beat out that last defender. Nonetheless, good run by him, for sure. That's unfortunate. Mario Landry fights, and he didn't. Wow. I thought for sure he got in. Ryan Matthews does punch it in for the touchdown, and we're up 3 scores now on Central Michigan Chippewas. Let's go, baby. I was really concerned because they were 100% ready for that, but we outmanned them, I guess. My poor kicker is getting obliterated by the one lineman that keeps getting shoved back into him. Kaika Randall, I believe, with the tackle there. Brian Matthews has had a very, very impressive game. He has not done his thing that he does oh so much, where he throws an interception in the first quarter. And that in and of itself has really helped us. Well, Moses was there, he just couldn't make the play on the ball. Uh-oh. I am not mentally prepared to give up another 80-yard touchdown run. Nice tackle there by one of our D tackles. I think it was Gay, yeah. And at the end of 3, the Eastern Michigan Eagles are up 28-7 on the Central Michigan Chippewas. I was really hoping for a good game. I wasn't expecting it to go this well through 3 quarters, but it's been a fun one so far, that's for sure. Let's see if we can just close it out now, not let anything stupid happen. Oh, that's a screen. Oh my gosh. Eric Davis just flipped the running back on his head. I realized way too late that was a screen. But fortunately, Eric Davis kept it from being too much of a big gain. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Eric Davis again. Justin Means seems to be their new go-to receiver. I feel like I've seen his name a lot this game. Jude was right there, too. Great tackle by, was that Mike Washington there? I think it was. That was a beautiful play. Oh, gosh, Richards. Oh. I don't know why our guys are refusing to go for those interceptions. Those should be easy picks because those are just terrible throws. I anticipate they're going to pass it just because they don't want the clock to run too much, but they could. Quarterback, and we stopped them! We finally did the read option correctly. That's maybe the 3rd time all year. What a play by Eugene Williamson off the edge to not allow that to work. Oh, I'm so happy. I was not... I'd have been so mad if something stupid happened like it did earlier in the game, where like Williamson just like does a spin and then the quarterback just runs by him. Now Phillips is back, and yeah, they gave him a nice welcome back gift there. Trevor Morgan again. He's been money up that right sideline today. Phillips gets stuck at his own lineman, but keeps his legs churning to get 7. Do we dare run the QB slot option again? I think we do. Maybe it's going to be Chavis, maybe, getting the pitch here. Nope, they covered Chavis. I'm just going to keep it. Yeah, it didn't work at all. I tried to stay in bounds, but didn't quite work. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, Neal's in. I guess Matthews got hurt again. Gosh dang it. At least we don't have a bowl game or anything that he's really gonna. Oh no, that was a bad throw. Oh my gosh, Trevor Morgan caught it. I thought that was a pick, but it worked. What the crap? Mario Neal throws a dime to Trevor Morgan right over the defender. What a catch by Trevor Morgan. And Matthews has a strained pectoral, will return soon. No, he will not, because this game is just about over. I don't even think our offense is going to be back on the field again. I'm just going to throw it to Landry. Wow, he really comes back for the ball, doesn't he? Gosh. Oh, Matthews came back already. It didn't even give me like a prompt to bring him in. They just brought him back without. All right. Jared Chavis makes the catch for the touchdown. Just the icing on the cake for what's been an incredible showing for the Eagles here today. And Waller gets hit again. Oh, our first studio update of the game. Ball State, who we beat, took down Miami University 20-13. Ball State went 9-3, and we were one of those losses. Just think about that for a bit. That was that might have been a way bigger win than I ever thought it was, even at the time. I think they actually were they undefeated when we played them? I think it was like 3-0 versus 0-3 or something like that. Maybe they were 2-1. Uh-oh. Oh no. Wouldn't that have just been poetic? Our season begins and ends with the other team returning a kick for a touchdown on us. Oh, wow. Isaac Houston tries to knock Kenneth Reyes out for the remaining 56 seconds of his season. Jeez. That was reminiscent of Khaleke Hudson against Michigan State 2 years ago. Looked exactly like that, actually. It's a screen. Oh, wow. And Central is going for a morale. Calling timeouts, down 28 with 50 seconds left. I can't really rip on them because I know I would be doing the exact same thing right here if I were in their position. Ira Richards knocks the ball out. What a play. Man, our team, this is the best our team has looked all season. I mean, they're making plays, even on defense. This is something. Why couldn't we do this? Why couldn't we do this all year? I wanted the pick, didn't get it. It is 4th down though. Okay, well if you're gonna punt it, I will call a timeout. Oh. Boy, that would have been funny. I'd jump off sides. That didn't work. Was that a touchback or was that out at the 1? That was really close. I think it was a touchback. Oh my gosh, that was almost one of the best punts we've seen all season. And we have not seen many from our opponents, that's for sure. Jared Chavis up the middle of the field again. You know what? We're gonna try to just get more points here. Why not? Last game of the year. This is only our 3rd win. Let's try and have as much fun with this as we can. Who do we like most on the deep ball here? Morgan's got press, but he's got safety help. I'm throwing to Morgan. He's got him beat, and he's got the touchdown. Trevor Morgan, 45-yard touchdown. Just, you know how that last touchdown was icing on the cake? This is just the extra icing on the cake. That was, what a fun way to close out the year. 45-yard bomb. There's a flag on the play.
Personal foul, clipping, receiving team.
Perhaps some tempers flaring a little bit. Except. Oh, wait, if I declined it, it probably would have ended the game. What's wrong with me? Oh, it ended the game anyway. All right. Achievement unlocked, unstoppable. I don't know if I'd say that, but okay. And that is your final 42-7 The Eagles take down the Chippewas in incredible fashion, scoring. I don't know if that was our most points scored all year. It wouldn't surprise me if it was. I think we scored about this amount on Ball State, actually, so it might not be. But nonetheless, what a performance. Brian Matthews was awesome, 13 for 16. 4 total touchdowns, both in the air and on the ground. Plus, Mario Neal came in and threw a touchdown as well. That was... I can't think of a better way this season could have ended than with absolutely dismantling a rival school in our last game of the year. That play still amazes me that a fullback made that catch. I don't think we turned the ball over once either, now that I think about it. We didn't throw any picks. And I think Brian Matthews fumbled once, but Brandon Walker, I believe it was able to recover it. I don't think we forced any either, aside from the turnovers on downs, I should say. We did that more than once. Mario Neal had a QBR, or quarterback rating, I guess, because QBR is slightly different. A rating through the roof of 352.8. 3 for 3 for 51 and a touchdown. And then Brian Matthews, 13 for 16 for 245 and 3 touchdowns, and took 1 sack. Great days from both quarterbacks. Brian Matthews also had 97 yards on 17 attempts and a touchdown. John Phillips, 9 for 57. And then Mario Landry had 5 for 6 and a touchdown as well. He was able to also punch one in from the goal line. That was nice by him. Trevor Morgan was our leading receiver. 6 catches for 140 yards and a touchdown. That is by far our highest receiving total all year. Jared Chavis was over 100 yards too. 4 for 107 and a touchdown. Great games from both of those guys. And I'm also looking, neither of them are seniors, so there's a chance we have both of them back next year. We'll get to that in the off-season episode, or maybe not the off-season episode, but we will get to that at some point, because we'll see. It will be the off-season when we'll get a list of all the guys that graduated. Joey Williams, the fullback, had a 24-yard catch for a touchdown in one of the greatest plays I have ever seen. Isaac Swanson had an 11-yard touchdown as well. That was a big one. I think that might have been the one at the end of the first half. Brandon Walker, 1 for 9. Mario Landry, 2 for 4. Ikaika Randall, 1 for 1. And John Phillips, 0 for 0, but he had a drop. Thank you, John Phillips, for your contribution to the passing game. Alexis Alexander had a pancake, and Jimmy Rogers gave up the sack. That's actually surprising because Jimmy Rogers has been pretty dependable for us all season. Isaac Houston, big surprise, was our leading tackler. He had double the next closest, which was our other safety, Jason Cronin. I guess that's not a bad indicator. I don't know. I assumed if your safeties, I've said it all year, if your safeties are your leading tacklers, it probably says a lot about how bad your defense is playing, but our defense played really well, and Isaac Houston was still our leading tackler, so maybe I've been wrong all year about that. Maybe Houston's just a playmaker. He's only a junior, too? Awesome. So we're getting Houston back next year, too. He might even be in the Heisman running. No, not actually, but that would be awesome. Eugene Williamson had tackle for loss. Mike Washington, Jason Allen, Jabari Jackson, and Jamie Gay all had tackles for losses. We did get a sack. Jason Allen got it. That was the first 4th down stop, I believe. And I know Eugene Williamson's tackle for loss was on that read option on their other 4th down. That 4th down stop, the second one, I think was the one that essentially sealed the game for us. I mean, I think we had it won already, but that was such a big play. Andrew Watson had a pass deflection. I didn't even know he was a player that was on this team. Wow. Well, good for him. I don't remember that. I thought, Ira Richards had one where he punched the ball out. Maybe that's not counted as a pass deflection, but that was still a nice play by him. Didn't force any fumbles. No fumble recoveries, aside from the one we had on offense, of course. None of that. Brett Waller had a nice game. 6 for 6 on extra points. We don't kick field goals very often, I notice. We either get touchdowns or get turnovers. We didn't punt once. That says a lot about how well the offense played. And then Isaac Swanson only had 2 kick returns for 37 yards. That, of course, was after their touchdown and at the beginning of the second half. So he may lose out on best returner now because his total people are going to get a chance to catch him. And then he had 1 punt return for 4 yards because punt returning is impossible. Player of the game. I would love to give it to Brian Matthews again. I punched my table on accident. Sorry about that. I would love to give it to Brian Matthews because he did play so well, but Mario Neal also came in and played well, tossing a touchdown of his own. And then Brian Matthews also had a big game rushing the ball. I don't know, man. And then Trevor Morgan with the huge receiving numbers as well. I almost want to give it to Morgan because I feel like he was a guy that we threw to a lot in big situations in this game. Lots of first down conversions by him. I'm going to give it to Trevor Morgan. Brian Matthews had a fantastic game, but Trevor Morgan was probably our best player on the field today. UCF USF, which in real life is always one of the most entertaining games of the season. If you're not familiar, I encourage you, just watch the UCF USF game whenever it's on TV. It's must-watch football. I guess we played on an off night because not a lot of games were happening. They said our player of the game was Brian Matthews. That's not really surprising. That's normal. It's normally just given to the quarterback as long as he isn't absolutely terrible. Big time win. Eastern Michigan runs up the score against their bitter rivals, Central Michigan. Yes, we did. We haven't had the chance to score a lot of points very often this season. So it was fun to be able to actually do that. Let's advance the week now. And then we'll look at all the recruiting news from the week in addition to any and all, I guess, kind of wrap up things for the season. We'll probably advance the week again. Yeah, we'll advance the week again at the end of this episode just to get to bowl season or whatever. And then we'll start back up in the off season. And our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator are both leveled up. Okay. Thankfully, Dylan Mackey, the punter, finally committed. We've been waiting on that for weeks. Finally decided to pull the trigger. We're still in the running for Brian Thompson. That is awesome because he's visiting this week. So that means we're going to get a huge boost in our rank or our points or whatever. Zach Johnson did commit to Arizona State. That's not surprising. I kind of alluded to it at the beginning of the episode. I expected that to happen. So it's disappointing as it is because he was a gem, and I thought we might be able to nab him up. Apparently ASU also was wised up on him at some point. We're still in some battles. Riley Smith is visiting, along with many others. Yeah, that's it for the interesting stuff, I guess. But we're going to have a few points to play with now in the recruiting. So we'll see what we want to do with those. Because we got 600 freed up, and then we got 650 freed up. Oh, that's right. Off screen, or off recording, I should say. I scouted the punter, Dylan Mackey, just because I realized I hadn't done it yet. He only went down one. He was listed as an 81 overall, but then he's actually an 80 overall, so it ended up being okay. All right, what do we want to upgrade here? I'm torn between this and I would love to see our man coverage get better. So I'm really tempted to do that, but I also want to kind of get our stamina increased as much as possible. Let's just do the stamina. We'll hit the man coverage next time. In terms of offense, we got ball security, we got QBs gain throw power and throw accuracy, wide receivers increase all that, and running the ball. Okay, this is actually tough because clearly I feel like we kind of need help in all three of those. So I think the receivers catching is okay. So maybe we won't touch that quite yet. I'm gonna do the daylight. I feel like if we had just a little bit more shake to our players, because that is what that upgrades, add to their elusiveness, their juke, and their spin. I feel like if like Phillips and Landry's gonna be gone. Phillips, Matthews, and whoever we bring in as well could get some additional boost to their ability to shake guys, break tackles and stuff. That would help us immensely. Okay. So we got four guys visiting this week: Aaron Atkins, Caleb McMillan, Riley Smith, and Brian Thompson. I don't think. Wait, were there any other guys that were suddenly? Oh, we got a couple guys that are ready to visit. Well, shoot, we'll have them visit this week because that's the only option. And they got some complimentary visits on a few of them as well, so that's fun. Reggie Lucas. I'm actually kind of surprised that he does want to visit. But I will absolutely bring him in. So does that mean that Florida didn't get a visit with him? Or maybe they got a visit with him last week, actually. I didn't think about that. And Robert Clark, the outside linebacker. We're getting a lot of complimentary visits now for McMillan. Pairing McMillan and the linebackers on the same visit week. That's not something I necessarily try to do, but I'll use it if I'm trying to, like, determine between 2 different weeks, I guess. Let's see, what guys have we been looking at? The receivers, we're still leading a lot on Riley Smith. I might even take more points out of him if I feel like I want to put more points towards someone else. Reggie Lucas, we're still in the running for, and he is visiting this week. Not really going after him. There's this guard that I've put no points into all year, but we're still leading on him. And he was also visiting Central last week? Oh, man. I didn't even know that. Like, I wonder if I should just dump points into him just to get him. I mean, we don't need guards necessarily. I don't think a guard is necessarily even a need for us this year. We do have 3 in the junior class. So that means we're losing 3 guards after next season. I'll think about that one, because I think that might actually be a somewhat worthwhile investment, because our offensive line could use as much help as we can get it. So we're still in the running on Atkins, and he is visiting this week. I believe it said, yeah. I like to do the visits as late as possible. And since we don't have a conference championship, because I think that's what week 15 normally is, it's always open for us since we're in the MAC. But the problem with that is that you can't get bonus points on the visits. So that's always kind of a bummer. But like sometimes if you're trying to get it as late as possible, because the late visits are worth more points, then you'll it always benefits you to schedule it later. The problem is it's just you can't get the bonus points like other schools can on their visit weeks. Okay, so now that Zach Johnson is officially going to Arizona State, we can remove him off our list. And I guess we just gotta hope we can sneak in, get Jenkins or Art. We're behind on both, and we're not going to be able to get a visit for either one of them, unfortunately. He's probably going to visit A&M. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe he's visiting this week, and it just hasn't shown up. We already got as many points as we can put into McKeon or McCune. I'm going to make... If we end up getting him, I will then decide how I want to pronounce his name. But until then, I'm just going to keep switching between the two. Dylan Mackey's finally committed, finally. So where do we stand with Thompson? Oh, man. Well, I am extremely glad that we've hung in the race this long, and we were able to stay alive long enough for him to finally be able to visit. 300. We're going to get a bonus 300 points for it. Wish it was more, but, you know, whatever. We'll see. We'll see. So we got 650 points that we can play with here. I think that's about how we're going to leave it. And then we will advance the week once again to, I believe it'll be bowl season. Oh, no, the conference. Oh, wait, the conference championship is the next week. Oh, well, I've been wrong about that all season. Sorry about that. Okay, so still in a recruiting battle with Brian Thompson. That's good. McMillan still in a recruiting battle. Newby still in a recruiting battle. Atkins still in a recruiting battle. Luke Morgan, who we weren't really going after, committed to Purdue. All right, not a lot of news that's noteworthy. Okay, so conference championship week. Northern Illinois at Ohio for the conference championship. A team that we nearly beat. And a team... Was the Ohio game the one where we like had an onside kick that could have essentially won, that could have helped us win the game, but we didn't get it? But like we were kind of getting killed the entire game. I think that was that game. Very interesting matchup. Man, imagine if we would have beaten Northern Illinois. We might have spoiled their chances of being in that game to begin with. Other interesting matchups: Wisconsin, Michigan State, Florida State, Miami, who are both teams that I think we're competing with Derek Riley for, or we're competing with for Derek Riley. I know how to speak English. Trust me. Georgia, Bama, Boise State, Fresno State, Washington, USC, and FIU Tulsa. Okay. So I got confused about the conference championship thing because I just assumed that most of the small conferences didn't have one. Because I've done this before on my own just for fun. I took over Arkansas State in the Sun Belt, and the Sun Belt didn't have a championship game. So I guess I just assumed that most of these smaller conferences wouldn't have them. But the MAC does, the Mountain West does, and apparently Conference USA does as well. So I was very poorly mistaken on that. I'll probably just keep advancing the week to the end of the season. Obviously, I'll cut in and out whenever something interesting comes up because I know they give you like the awards for the season and things like that. And if Isaac Swanson does end up winning Returner of the Year, I'd want to include that, of course, in the video. And oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Luke Romero, that quarterback from Northern Illinois, Jordan Lynch, essentially, won the Heisman Trophy. Give me a break. We almost beat that guy, too. Dang it. I wonder if it would have been different had we beaten them. Also in the running, Nebraska's quarterback, Michigan State's running back, Alabama's quarterback, and Oklahoma's quarterback. Man, I actually would have really liked to beat them now. And Swanson did win Returner of the Year, and we will not be partaking in Bowl Week. I want to do like a review of the season, essentially. But I'm not sure if I should do that now or if I should do it the next week, because I don't know when our schedule becomes unviewable. So I might just do it. I'll just do it now. Why not? There we go. Team schedule. Okay. So this is there's a lot of L's. So this was our review of the season. It was a fun season for sure. So we lost week 1 FCS East by 10. That was a terrible way to get this series started. And then we got destroyed back-to-back weeks, Penn State and Michigan State. Penn State ended up not being very good either, which is disappointing. Michigan State was. They went 11-2. And then, I'm going to be honest, after those first 3 weeks, I actually questioned if I was even going to continue with this series. Just because I was like, this is going so badly. I don't know if if I don't win any games, it's like, is it even going to be worth watching? And then we come out, we beat Ball State, and that essentially kind of gave me the push to just keep going with this no matter what happens. So Ball State ended up going 9-3. They were a very respectable team. We somehow beat them. Followed it up, Buffalo lost by a pair of scores. I don't remember that game particularly well. I feel like it was just kind of we were losing by a lot. I don't feel like actually going through all the stats. That would take forever. Then we come back, got smoked at Auburn. As expected, SEC school on the road. We're a 67 overall MAC team. Yes, I was right. Ohio was the game. That was actually before the Northern Illinois game. Oh, wait, I knew that. Never mind. Ohio was the game I was thinking of when we were losing by like 10 points kind of the entire game. We'd score a touchdown. They'd get a touchdown right back. And then we ended up in a position where we got a touchdown with like a minute left. And then we went for the onside kick and just didn't get it. Had we gotten it, we could have potentially won. That was a fun game, that's for sure. Because I remember we kind of made a comeback on them. Northern Illinois, of course, the game that I've referenced many a time since it happened. We decided to just go for the win rather than risk the overtime continuing and us blowing it in overtime, which I guess we ended up doing anyway. But it was a fun game to hang with a team that was that good for that long. This game still puzzles me a little bit to lose 66-21 to Toledo. I'm pretty sure we didn't force a punt or a turnover all game. They just had their way with us. That was a weird one. Then we come out, we beat Western by 3 on a last-second field goal by Brett Waller. That was awesome. Then we got a bye. Then we lost to Bowling Green by a good amount. That was another weird one. I remember making the comment in that game, I'm pretty sure, about how played well against Northern Illinois, almost won it, and then we get smoked by Toledo. Then we play well, win against Western, and get smoked by Bowling Green. And then our performance of the year, last game of the year, against Central Michigan, we come out and win 42-7. So we beat both of our rivals. We beat Western and Central. So we did well in that respect. Central, of course, was not a good team, but we did to them what we should do to bad teams, and that is utterly destroy them. Thank you guys for joining me, as always. Glad that we were able to get a last win of the season there to improve a record to 3-9 against Central Michigan. Good win for this team. Shows a lot of promise going into next season, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next episode. Later, y'all.